We are demonstrating here the club setup, club funding, and approvals. So we're just going to focus right there on that card on the front for clubs. A student here looking at clubs to join a club doesn't see one that he wants, so he starts a new club. Here that we can choose if it's renewing a club actually, so if we indicate that it's a new or not this year, and we're adding in an advisor. The enhancement here soon to come is that you'll be able to choose an advisor directly from our a list rather than having to add it in here. But you see here that the student can choose an advisor that's going to be approved by the given advisor, because it's going to be sending an email to them and be able to manage that through the portal here. And also the presidency, as far as president, vice president, secretary, will also be chosen from a list of existing students. And then it will actually check their grade point average, but it will leave a note that whatever student they're choosing must have a 2.5 or greater. The meeting schedule is just for purposes of approving it, that what day of the week they actually want to visit together. So the next is advisors now logged in. So just over to the top right, we're going to say advisor. Just know that that's not going to be on the website. That's just for your purposes to see. Here the advisor is agreeing to all the points of being an advisor. They overlook everything and they can approve the club. At this point, the administrator logs in. So what they see are the clubs they get to activate or deny. Right now they're going to go view the club just briefly. You see the name, the description, the presidency. They can even edit the club, so they have rights to be able to do that. Here they're activating. When it activates, it will actually create a group chat to be able to communicate right off the portal. Now here it goes back to the officer. They're able to go in and click on the club, and here they get all the options. Now generally these top options here, messages, details, meetings, anybody can see, but the add meetings is for the club presidency. Edit the club is only for the advisor. I'm actually logged in as both the advisor and club administrator, or club president that is. So I get to see both, but just know that the club presidency cannot edit a club. And here they're entering in a meeting, and they're going to do recurring meetings, so that all these features are right on the portal. Here we're going to see that this meeting during Thanksgiving is going to collide with the holiday, so they're just going to change the time. Another one might collide with Christmas, or people are not going to be here, so you can delete that. So there's conveniences here of doing a recurring meeting and then being able to manage it. And here you're being able to see how the student can enter in a message. Now be aware that the club presidency and the advisor are the only ones who can post. Members can comment. But notice on the lower left you have notifications where you want to get emails on posts to come in and see what's been going on, and also turn off comments if you don't want to see too much chatter. Now we are going into the club funding request. I already started while we were talking. Notice that it's laid out. There's not really much to have to fill out, so we simplify it. There are instructions along the way. So they're just answering questions. Now, this is going to be approved or reviewed by the senators, who are the student body officers. There's 6 of them. So they meet once a month, and here the club president or secretary, any of the club presidency, can add this funding request and actually choose if they want to be present to present this. And they have 3 minutes. So that's the process here. Oh, they have to add in projected club expenses. But now it goes to the advisor. The advisor has the chance, before it goes to the administrator, to be able to oversee what they've done, and the advisor can edit the record as well. Now, one thing I don't think we're showing here is that there's actually notes that they can put in, so it's very direct notes called tight notes. So things don't get just lost in emails. You can actually see the records and conversations between advisor and presidency as they need to talk. Now notice that this funding request, this is the administrator who's going to set a date. And while we're in as the administrator, there's quite a few things the administrator can do. Notice that they can manage their own memo of understanding for the advisors to agree to, so they can change the verbiage. They can go to the club tiers to determine the member ranges and the budgets available. Here, what was that? That was discontinue types. That's just reasons. So here in the senators, notice that there's going to be a single designated approver as one of the senators, because all the senators are going to be able to see this online. Now look at this. We're logged in as a senator. They see that prompt right on the club card that only they get, and they've jumped in to see this funding request, so they can see all the way through it. Now remember that only one senator can actually check off the list, so there's not a collision going on. So I'm logged in here as a senator with designated approval. I'm checking off the list of things included. As the meeting progresses, they say, yep, we're approving this for the amount they're requesting at $550, and also these notes of when that new account's been created, so they have funding. Now notice the comments here. All the senators can add in their own comments. And any other notes are going to be seen just above this edit control here, so one senator can see what other people have said too. So that will stick with this record. He'll be able to save this comment, and that comment's just going to stay in that box for the senator, so they can go back and edit that thing. And that is it.